From 1945 to 1952, Japan would go through post-war occupation, and during that time, a specific type of clothing for American servicemen would become popular. Looking very similar to varsity jackets from America, traditional motifs like the tiger or the dragon would be embroidered on the back of these jackets and given to the American servicemen as souvenirs. And since then, it's been incorporated into the mainstream, particularly streetwear, and this type of clothing. It is the Sukajan. And Jordan Brand has taken inspiration from the Sukajan and put it on this shoe, one of 9 colorways that was announced for the holiday season in 2025. But it was Japan exclusive. Air Jordan 11 Tokyo. And the shoe originally dropped on February 23rd at Tokyo 23, then on the 25th at Atmos. There is no US release date. It is a Japan exclusive, so don't know what the US price would be, but we did miss out. This is one of 9 Jordan 11s that were announced as the holiday season lineup from 2025. A lot of people did think this is one of the better ones. Gammas, a lot of people love. The China exclusive was a nice shoe too. I reviewed that. Now this. And first impressions of the Jordan 11 Tokyo. I think it is very simple, very easy to wear. That's always a good thing for a very nice shoe like the 11. You can't really go wrong. Do I think it could have stood out a little bit more, considering that it is like a very exclusive type of shoe? Maybe, but I also do like simplicity, so I'm trying not to complain too much. But there's one thing that I absolutely hate about the shoe, and you can probably guess what it is if you've seen any of my past videos, but I'll get to that later. And in terms of the materials, the usual ballistic nylon mesh that you might expect from most Jordan 11s or general release Jordan 11s, that is gone. They have replaced it with just suede, and the suede here, some people might like this, but personally I don't. I kind of like suede where it's thick, feels plush, and it just feels really nice to run your hands over. This one is much more buffed down, so you can see kind of the grain and the hairs of that suede. It is not very thick. I personally do not love that. And one thing to point out is this piping that you see on this back piece here. That again plays into the inspiration of the shoe. They have also changed the usual patent leather that comes with most Jordan 11s, and they have gone ahead and just replaced it with this gradient kind of gray mudguard. It is leather as well, but it is pretty thin. It does not feel like very thick leather. And this gradient is very, very subtle, especially under certain lighting. But it is like light gray towards the heel to a darker type of gray in the toe box area. So very, very subtle there. And you'll see on the eyelets here, that actually stays the same. They have not changed the materials there. Now moving up the tongue, they have changed this up too, so it doesn't come with that ballistic nylon mesh tongue. And right in the middle of the tag, that just says Jumpman Jordan. And then the most special thing about this shoe is that big mountain goat that is embroidered on the tongue itself. So the GOAT type of reference is pretty obvious. Michael Jordan, the GOAT. I still consider him the GOAT. He will always be the GOAT to me for probably most people in my generation. And behind the tongue, nothing changed up there. You will see quality basketball products inspired by the greatest player ever. And you will see the ankle lining. That is actually satin, so that's changed up as well. It's not just to make it more luxurious, it's also to mimic the Sukajan that uses like a similar material, and it also does make it look and feel a little bit more upscale. This shoe just comes with these white laces out of the box, rope-like laces, so very basic. And in terms of the booty of the shoe, you will get a 23 that is actually embroidered onto the shoe, so it's not like printed, a little bit better than just like a printed one where you can peel off. And at the heel, very kind of faint or very light purple, you get that Jumpman. And the Jumpman on this pair actually faces the right way. And like 2015, the Columbias that retroed had like the Jumpman facing the same way. So it just kind of feels weird and looks weird. But this time they actually face the right direction. And in terms of the cushioning of the Jordan 11, it does come with a Phylon midsole with a full-length Nike Air unit, as well as a carbon fiber plate. Now in terms of the outsole itself, this piss yellow is nuts. I don't know what the point behind making it this yellow is, especially under like direct lighting where you can probably see in the video here. I have lights pointing right where I'm sitting. that yellow probably looks even more yellow. It's like someone couldn't hold themselves and just had to let go on the bottom of a Jordan 11. I don't understand it. I don't think it looks better, personally, my opinion. But we'll see. Usual herringbone traction on the forefoot as well as the heel. That comes in the same type of light purple color as the Jumpman on the shoe itself. Jumpman in the middle, and behind this disgusting P, you will see like a roadmap with different years on it. Those 6 years, of course, are the times that Michael Jordan won an NBA championship. And in terms of the insoles, at least they came correct here. So on the right shoe, it's actually custom on the bottom there. That is actually 23 in Daiji. So it's the formal version of kanji. So you would see these in like legal documents or more formal type of documents. But that is 2, 10, 3 in the most literal sense. And it is a polyurethane insole. So it came correct with these nice insoles. The most of your feet, the more you wear it. And in terms of the box, pretty simple. Jordan 11 box on the outside, actually. A little disappointing there. And the paper inside, just like the insole, that says 23. And in terms of sizing comfort, I am a wide and flat footer for 11s. I do have to go up half a size, mainly because of this toe box. If I go true to size, lengthwise, it's fine. Widthwise on the toes, destroys me. So I would go up half a size. That does leave a little bit of wiggle room in the toe area, especially with the satin material. It can be a little bit more slippery, but for the sake of my toe box, I do go up half a size. Now, comfort-wise, I think it's an average, pretty comfortable shoe, especially for a Jordan Retro, low to the ground, pretty flat, not too like responsive or plush in terms of cushioning, but for casual use, it is good. And one thing that always surprises me about 11s is it looks like a very bulky and heavy silhouette. It is still like much heavier than modern day shoes, but considering the time, it actually doesn't feel too bad. And that brings the total sole score of the Jordan 11 Tokyo to 37.5 out of 50. A pretty average score compared to other special releases. Now first, it is colorway. It's hard to hate like a majority white and gray shoe. So I don't dislike this colorway much, but I don't think I love it. I'm just being honest. I gotta tell you how I really feel and not pretend to love shoes because I'm supposed to. But I just don't love these very yellow, milky outsoles. But everything else, it is nice. I wouldn't say it is like delicious. And in terms of the materials, I just prefer like kind of thicker, more velvet type of suede. The mudguard area, that leather, isn't very thick. They change up satin, make it feel a little bit more luxurious. But for a special release, I did want better. And in terms of the comfort, I think the 11s are pretty good. Not the most comfortable shoe that you're going to get in 2026. But for a Jordan Retro from 1 to 14, it's pretty good. And in terms of the versatility, the 11s probably top 5 most versatile Jordans ever. Like you can wear it off court, on court, wherever you want. It actually looks really good anywhere. In terms of the wearability of the colorway, definitely a big advantage for this shoe. Gray and white, pea yellow, all intents and purposes, it is a very wearable and versatile colorway. And in terms of the storytelling, I think it's pretty cool, like the background and inspiration behind it, the Sukajan. Those jackets just look so sick as well. The GOAT depends on who you are. Some people might love that, some people might not, but I think it's subtle enough where it doesn't like stick out in your face, where it's a bit too much and kind of blends into the tongue. So I think that's cool. The box itself though is a little disappointing, nothing too special, but at least they did give us custom paper. But I do think compared to the China exclusive Jordan 11, I think the storytelling there just slightly better, especially like behind the tongue. Now today's throwback of the day, very Japanese, very on theme. It is the Jordan 6 Slam Dunk that dropped in 2014. This is a collaboration with a very, very famous manga, one of the most successful and famous manga to ever exist, Slam Dunk. And it was actually this manga that got me into the sport. I literally read this and I fell in love with basketball and played it ever since, become a huge part of my life, and it's because of this. So this Jordan 6 in all red with the manga graphics on the upper itself, with the number 10 on the heel instead of 23. Sakuragi, the main protagonist in the manga, he himself wears number 10, and this shoe just looks so sick. Anyone that's ever seen the manga or even know about it needs this shoe. I need this shoe. It has been 12 years. We all need this shoe to come back, or at least give us a 2.0 35th year anniversary of the Jordan 6 give it to us right now. Do not make it Japanese exclusive. Give it to all of us. Give the people what they want. Now, out of the 9 Jordan 11 colorways that was announced for holiday last year, which one is my favorite? I've reviewed 4 of them. So out of those that I've seen in hand, where would I put this? Oh, I forgot where I ranked them last year, but right now, after seeing 4 of them in hand, I think I'm gonna have to go, and this might be surprising, because when I reviewed this colorway, I did say it's not like one of my all-time favorite Jordan 11s, but I might actually have, as a black sneaker lover, the Jordan 11 Gamma Blue, then the Jordan 11 China exclusive, then this, and then the Mojave. So yeah, at least that's how I feel right now, right this second. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Soul Inclined. Let me know what you think of the Air Jordan 11 Tokyo. Like, subscribe, comment, all the good stuff. And remember, tomorrow may never come, so wear your shoes.